Hello heroes and villains, welcome to Multiverse. So we have a new Peacemaker TV show that started playing not too long ago. So I thought today's the day of days. Let us take a look at our friend Peacemaker. As you can see, we can make a pretty good Peacemaker in the Universe Online. So let's take a look. I tried to make a version using some of the new Toon shaded materials. Didn't work so well. Yeah, it sort of kind of works, but not exactly. Like the colors are a bit off. So a better option would be not to use any materials for our friend Peacemaker. Although somehow I end up with some white guns on the hip of the characters because the guns are linked to the color of the pants. Now the main piece you need to be able to recruit your friend Peacemaker is the official Peacemaker headpiece that we have in the game. And you can get that headpiece from our friend Dr. Fate. So you will see here the official Peacemaker helmet. And sadly, it will cost you 1 Destiny token. From what I understand, if you are not a subscriber, it might cost you 2 Destiny token. But either way, you have to buy it from our friend Dr. Fate. I kinda like to use the steel neon chrome material on the headpiece. I like the metallic textures from the material a bit better than the texture we do have on the helmet. But if you do not have the material, you do not have to use it. For the emblem, I kinda like to use the powering emblem. It kinda works well enough to fake having the Peacemaker emblem. You would have thought that with Peacemaker Season 2 being released, they would have given us the Peacemaker emblem. Maybe someday. You can get the emblem from the broker or from our friend Booster Gold in the House of Legends. Let's take a look. So the emblem originally comes from the Notorious Time Capsule, and it'll cost you 98 quarks. If somehow you don't want to spend quarks for whatever reasons, you can buy it from the broker. So here you can see it on the broker for a bit more than 2.5 million. I have to give my usual broker warning, prices on the broker changes all the time. These are the prices on the broker right now. Tomorrow, next week, next month, and later tonight, the prices could be different. And while we're here, we may as well also take a look at the pants. The pants are the Flashpoint Batman pants, the Night of Vengeance pants. So you can buy the pants from our friend Booster Gold for 67 quarks. For the t-shirt, you can get the t-shirt from our friend Gentleman Ghost for $250. The same for the boots. For the gloves, I am using the Dr. Fate gloves. There's a whole bunch of gloves you could get from Gentleman Ghost, like the clasped gloves, the clean trim gloves, the slimline fin gloves. But if you really want the Dr. Fate gloves, you may have to look on the broker. Here you can see the gloves for 5 million. But if you do not want to purchase the gloves from the broker, you will have to use an evil villain. So you can get the gloves as random drops from the Sentinels of Magic Citadel mission. It is a random drop from our friend Dr. Fate. Sadly, it is probably a rare drop. So you will have to replay and replay the mission over and over again in order to be able to get the gloves. For the back piece, I kinda like to use the Gadgeteer back piece. It does give me a jetpack to explain why my Peacemaker character is actually flying. Now, if you don't want to use the jetpack, you could use the Gotham's Outlaw back piece. Now, you can get the back piece from our friend Nubia, in the House of Legends. It will cost you 10 source marks. Oh, almost forgot the belt. There's a whole bunch of belts you could use, so there's a whole bunch of belts with pouches you could use. But here in this case, I decided to go with the Armored Detective. And you can get it from our friend the Titans equipment supplier in the Watchtower. Although there's also the very same vendor on Titan's Island. So here you can see the equipment supplier at the top of Titan's Tower. So here you can see the Rider's Belt box. It'll cost you 4 source marks and $1,500. And yes, it is the official Red Robin belt in the game. You can see it on our friend Robin over here. Of course, another option would be not to use any back piece. So you don't have to use a back piece if you don't want to. And here we have something closer to the classic Peacemaker look from the comics from way back when. Here I'm using the chrome metallic materials for the headpiece and the shoulders. And I'm using the tungsten material for the back piece. We need an extra color for the back piece. Otherwise, I would have to put the back piece blue. But with the tungsten material, I can have a black jetpack if I want to. So the material does allow me to get an extra color because I need white, yellow, red, blue, and of course black for the back piece. For the belt, I am using the Arkham Riot belt. To get the belt, you have to complete the collection, Gotham Street Signs. So here you can see the Aparo Expressway, the Novik Tunnel, Peckinpah Street, Broome Street, Spring Bridge, Westward Bridge, Park Row, and Saint Street. So once you get all 8 collections, then you can get the belt. To get the collections, you will have to farm for collections in Robinson Park or the East End in Gotham City. Or you could simply purchase the collections from the broker. Here I'm using the Retrotech pants, but there's a truckload of pants you could use. For the boots, again, you can come and see your friend Gentleman Ghost. So here we have the tall trim boots for 250 bucks. For the t-shirt, you can get the t-shirt at character creation. But what if you are already in the game? I will show the long way around because it is a question that often comes back and a lot of people don't seem to understand that a lot of the styles you can get from character creation, once you are in the game, if you want to be able to get those styles again, you have to go all the way down in the watchtower. So if you go down, 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 you'll see there's a whole bunch of different machines that will sell you a whole bunch of styles. So here you can see the t-shirt, again, for 250 bucks. Obviously, these vendors are available to you if you are a hero character. So what if you are an evil villain? If you are a villain, you will have to go to the dreaded Hall of Doom. So you will see in the Hall of Doom there are a whole bunch of different vendors. And again, you can get the t-shirt here for 250 bucks. So if there are some styles at character creation that you did not pick up, no problem. You can pick them up from those vendors over here later down the line. There might be an exception or two, but that's just that, they're an exception or two. For the shoulders, I am using the Hive Master shoulders. Obviously, I'm using the chrome metallic material on those shoulders. So there you go, guys. So if you want to be able to create the classic version of the character, or if you want to create a more modern version of the character, we now have pretty much everything we need to create a pretty darn good Peacemaker in DC Universe Online. Yes, it would be better if we had an official Peacemaker style in the game, or at the very least, an official Peacemaker emblem. But within the context of DC Universe Online, you do the best you can with the styles we have, and with the styles we have, we can make a pretty darn good Peacemaker character in DC Universe Online.